we are getting closer to being able to do the Archon quest.
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Oh my god, I hate these.
Torn to oblivion!
Thanks, Mom.
You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
Yeah, what are you doing here?
I'm making early preparations for what is to come.
What is to come?
Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
It doesn't seem like a matter needing the Archon's attention, to be honest.
But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
Remind me what disaster again?
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
500 years ago at Conria.
So you've heard of it too.
Yeah.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
They better not be rift hounds.
My mom
I
feels
swear.
so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it?
Yeah. I understand. I have someone like that.
Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
Oh yeah, please. Please.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
Huh?
What? Oh no.
What's this?
Oh no. How terrible.
Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey.
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Maybe they need something. That's usually why ghosts appear.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Can they see us?
Who are you?
Oh my god, they see us.
What are you
They
doing
see us.
here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
What exactly happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Can he see that?
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The Almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
Shogun.
It's... the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But... what do you mean? Shogun?
You're a ghost. I see right through you.
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember.
But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity.
Well,
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
Is he disappearing?
He's gone.
I wonder what that was about.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land.
Buried in the land.
The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
That happened to Dusky Ming.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
Okay, so he mentioned that the both of you were absent, but I'll say sure.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Tevat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people.
At the same time, somebody really wanted that gone. That's what it seems like.
I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey,
Is this the loss that Yaimiko mentioned? Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking about.
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
So you're no longer stuck in the past.
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what being human is about.
As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
he's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
That is pretty intense, to be honest. Oh,
There are
heck
a
no.
load of rift hounds. Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Are you good? Are you good? Are you good?
Why would you ask that?
What do you mean?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go. No?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy.
The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out
Oh, we're
again.
gonna get another one. Is it the same situations as before? I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it's an older man.
Furuyama? Is that you?
She remembers them. Oh no.
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Well, too bad I can't drink any of them.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
Oh, it's okay.
What should we do?
I want to learn more about the past, but then I don't want to make him sad. Let's go along with what he says.
Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay.
He stayed. I'm gonna cry. Why?
And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, this would be so sad. I'm sorry, eh?
Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then?
Oh gosh. How come you're not panicking?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
Wow. Kind of surprising that she said that because obviously, what after all this and stuff, she contradicts herself. Yeah, it doesn't fit the definition of eternity.
So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied. It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the Almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew.
I'm crying. I mean, he would never have seen because he's blind, but that's sad. That's sad.
But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago.
Wow. Wow.
Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea.
It's okay. I'm not thirsty.
One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set?
Oh no.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
We know where to find a tea set. Would he be able to use it?
I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
I'd say final stroke of good fortune. Oh my god, are you serious? Frickin' Ayato is ruining my quest.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun.
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Just give me the tea set.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience. Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Was it really you that the tea master used to serve?
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
Well, I think after that event, the Shogun changed. Or the Shogun wasn't the Shogun. Wait a minute. Because A was different. A wasn't the Shogun, right? I don't know. It was like your sister.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made
That's
tea
what I
for
thought.
was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
So you saw things the opposite.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
It's okay. Well, you found your way.
Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
Oh, eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
It seems more in line with how humans view the world.
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity.
We all did.
But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
He's better be there still. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's not there.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Wouldn't put it past him, but I mean, A said there was a time limit.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
No, he didn't say bye.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
Oh my god. I feel you, Paimon.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
Okay, let's make our own tea.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it.
You don't need to, I understand.
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may.
Oh gosh, hold on, let me prepare my heart.
The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening...
Yeah, she had already gone.
Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions.
That's sad. Not even gonna try to say anything.
Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura.
The sacred sakura appeared?
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. that it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Simply put, Makoto's power somehow made that tree appear.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
I know the pain of separation too.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Oh my god. Have you seen my sister before?
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Yeah, I think so.
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
It's okay. I feel like we're getting closer to it though.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
I'm sure your tea was amazing. I knew I was gonna taste it. Ugh. What the fuck? What the heck?
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
I almost died.
Hey, maybe you should leave this one to us.
Yeah, don't force it.
My apologies.
Uh-oh, another memory. It's gonna be sad.
Look,
Please don't be sad.
that's the same light again.
And for another trip down memory lane. Please don't be sad. Please don't be sad.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts.
Me too.
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs. It seems like their attacks are finally over.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring.
Thank you.
Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monster's advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the Almighty Shogun.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Glory to the Shogun.
See you guys.
Glory to the Shogun!
Oh my god, that transition.
They're gone.
Was that a promise to them or a promise to yourself?
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done.
Humans are worthy of your trust.
Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on.
What else is there to do?
It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her.
That's good though. That's really good.
Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
Hey, what is happening? Obviously she needs to take a rest, so we should get you back to the city.
No need. She is calling me. The time has come.
The time has come. She is calling me. Are we talking about your sister?
I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future. We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
What?
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
You okay?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm about to put an end to it all. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. Follow me.
Oh, we're going in too?
Where are we Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place
does look a lot like the plane of Euthymia.
Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct. Don't, but have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
I forgot there was a fight.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
This is her system to safeguard against modifications to eternity? Question mark.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A!
Yeah, Raiden A. Raiden A.
In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni
sorry.
maiden was cut down and disgraced.
What the? Did I let her keep talking?
She's completely recovered!
Oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god. You're weak. Shut up.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
Surely the Shogun puppet isn't invincible.
She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending
Yeah.
battle?
What do you do now?
If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her.
Is she actually gonna fight that forever? No. Okay, what will happen to Inazuma in the meantime?
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them.
Everyone looks for you. Yeah, everyone looks for hope for you.
I
from you.
understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness.
So we're saying goodbye to you for now?
During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Oh no, A. I have to tell Miko.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever? What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's meant she might never leave again.
Our work here is not done.
Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice, don't feel Paimon now.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe if we both ram into it at the same time really, really hard.
I was gonna say, I think we need to talk to Yamiko.
Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her.
Bruh.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling. Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's she.
You tell Yamiko about everything that has happened.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now?
Well, okay, this still was more serious than anything up till now.
Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Not myself.
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
First things first. Follow me to the entrance. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time.
What? All right, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Yeah, you're not gonna abandon me, are you?
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Fine! Paimon's coming too.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way. I say.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Oh, look at that. That'd be a nice wallpaper.
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
We made it!
Huh?
Watching that makes me excited for the Genshin Impact anime.
How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
All these years, it's been like 5 minutes.
This is a duel to remember. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to stand back, traveler.
Are you going to put an end to all of this?
I'm going to be the start of something new.
Wow.
Turn day into night.
Okay.
The will
Oh my
is
game.
demanded,
It almost crashed.
sufficient to penetrate minds
There's too
and
much
crush.
I'm not going near those. Oh shoot. I have to jump. I forgot I could jump. So scary.
This is the end. You have won. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. You have my approval. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth.
Character development.
I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow.
Damn.
The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Don't. Please don't be a memory. Okay.
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto?
Did she make an announcement?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore.
Wait. So shouldn't Makoto know if my sister was, if the Lumine was there?
In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
I mean, I have.
Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye.
Oh no.
Hey. Goodbye, Makoto.
Goodbye. I hate when they say, this is really good. This is the end, really, for reals.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
Okay. I saw wonderful things inside that place. Time was moving forward and backward at the same time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all.
Istaroth. Who is Istaroth?
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
That is true. I was thinking that.
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Okay. Well.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Yeah.
At
And
that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
Wow, I like that. That is amazing, actually.
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and
You're
I will
welcome.
never forget it.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
A, how are you feeling now? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then.
Yeah, that's insane.
She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day.
Yeah, Makoto is brilliant, but you made a crucial contribution too.
I just planted a seed.
Well, your will and hers were both indispensable.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
And getting there is the result of countless efforts coming together. Doesn't mean you should undervalue the part you played.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days?
No.
Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key.
Wow.
I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
But out of those challenges will be born new opportunities.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too, honestly.